is Bailey Cutler. I'm a junior and I'm an IDS major. And that IDS major is basically like a concentration, so you get 2 concentrations, and mine are journalism and media studies. So the 5 classes, most of them were my major, but some of them were like gen eds. So I had to take bio, and I remember for that class, they made me purchase a workbook, like a textbook, and it was really expensive, and we didn't even end up using it. We had to like write in it for labs, so that was like a waste of my money. And then overall, like for all my classes, my textbooks came out to over $400. Half of the time we used them, and half of the time we didn't use them. So I just felt like Southern was like requiring things of us that we didn't even need to do. So I was originally taking 5, but I had to drop 2 because the workload was a lot and I couldn't balance work and like my schoolwork and my work because I work at the Edge Mondays through Fridays, and we're open like 8 to 12, and then I'll have class all day after that, so I have to balance both of that, which is kind of hard. Basically, I pay for college myself. My grandma will give me money, and then I have to pay her back at the end of every semester. I'll have to spend money for things for rugby, like cleats, and for expenses for hotels, for tournaments, on top of like textbooks for school. So I find it really hard to manage my money, and it makes me feel like I'm kind of just working to cover school stuff when I'm not really working like for money for myself. In the bookstore in the student center, they have a sign that says no students beyond this point in front of the textbooks, and I like asked them why that was because I didn't have it last year, and they said that it's because a lot of the time people are trying to steal textbooks because they're so expensive. I think it's saying a lot that like there are so many kids that feel the need to do that just to pass their classes, and that Southern doesn't do anything to really help them with that. It's like we don't need to be stressing over college, and I think Southern should do a better job over relieving stress over cost of school and textbooks and stuff like that.
With such a busy schedule, if I'm in a rush, I would sometimes have to take pictures of the chapters and then read them later once I got home. Other times I'd go to the library and then read it there and then just take notes and then study them at home as well. So unfortunately I lost my job because of the virus, which made it like a lot harder. And so I don't have access to the books in the library, so I have to ask people in my classes to like send me pictures of chapters in order to do my assignments, which is like really annoying. But that's what I have to do to like get my work done. And I had to find other way to access textbooks because I couldn't keep doing that. I have to pay rent and other bills as well, so it was just overall really hard. I've probably had one teacher throughout my entire time like at Southern since I was a freshman to accommodate with me and other students when it came to course materials. The professor taught with PowerPoints, and I found that that was like extremely helpful. The bookstore offers rent or buy prices, but they are still really expensive. My entire checks had to go towards course materials, which was kind of frustrating. Never did I think that anything would be like free for the students, but now that we are in this pandemic, the bookstore is offering free ebook services for the remainder of the semester, which I think is like really helpful and really generous of them.
A way that I think that Southern could help is if they had like a group meeting or like class meetings, and like when a test was coming up, everyone could do like a study group, everyone could come together, they'd have one textbook provided by the professor, and everyone could use it and take notes from that.
College is way too expensive for the additional cost of textbooks. Hopefully Southern is working to make changes.